Hello guys, and welcome back to episode number 55 today of the Fiorentina Career Mode. This will be the third of four videos this weekend for you guys, or it should be at least, and hopefully you do enjoy the amount of episodes that are going up again this weekend. We are just really working hard on YouTube. It's something that I've been just putting myself into all week. Literally all I've done all week is make YouTube videos. And we do start off today's episode by putting in a bid for Carlos Vela and also a bid in for Antonio Candreva. We are looking for a replacement for Carrillo, looking for someone a lot better than him, and we obviously have deals in the making for Sterling as well, but I wanted to keep my options open and try and just put in as many offers as possible. We also do put in another offer, or a offer, for Lucas, who is looking more unlikely, and obviously I'm not the biggest fan of Lucas, but he is an 84 overall, so he would be fairly good. And we do go into the SuperCoppa, which is the cup that got played. No, this is for the... No, I mean the next game, sorry, is the Copa Europe, which was played last night in real life. Barcelona beat, I think, Sevilla, and I think it was like 5-4 or something. Pedro scored the winning goal, which is quite ironic due to the fact he's probably moving to Manchester United. He did not look happy when he was celebrating. So, anyway, back into the game. We do play the SuperCoppa, which is obviously, I think it's the winners of the TIM Cup and the winners of the league. So it's basically the Community Shield, you know, like in the BPL and such. It's not really that important, but I did still want to win it. And we start off awfully here. Morata, someone that we tried signing in the Hertha series back when that was on, you know, back along. He goes and scores a nice goal. You know, it was a lucky goal. It looked like it was going way over the bar, but he managed to get it in. We try and do the kickoff glitch here with Iron Robin. Obviously his first game for us, and he scores his first goal for us inside 7 minutes. Pretty much the first touch of the ball he had, he scored a goal. So really looking forward to using Iron Robin. With the additions of De Bruyne into this team, it is looking so solid. I just want to bring in a backup striker to go up with Babacar. We've got 4 strikers, well, 3 main strikers if you don't include Robin as a striker. We also could do with a new winger as well, because we have, obviously we're bringing in a replacement for Carrillo. Apart from that, we only have like Casper Nielsen as a registered winger, and obviously Hesse. So I'd like to bring in someone who can play on either the right or left. Someone a little bit low rated, probably under £10 million or so, who can fill in as a substitute if we need him to. And we'll be looking at that further into the episode. But obviously the reason Kevin De Bruyne was playing out on the right in this game was because we had no registered right midfielder apart from like Casper Nielsen, who's actually a registered left midfielder, and we've got like Shallenhoglu and Guarin, and then we've got, or is it Shallenhoglu and Cam, Valero and Guarin in CM. And we score another goal here to get ourselves 2-1 in front. We were playing really well in this game, to be honest, and if you guys can hear any difference in sound, I've actually turned the fan off. I'm going to try and do these commentaries with no fan on. It's a bit difficult. This is obviously a much longer video. We've got a lot of transfer stuff to get through, and we've obviously got this and the Copa Europe final, so it's a big episode. And we're going to get ourselves another goal here with Remy. He was just on absolute fire. I don't know what it is with Loic Remy. He's such a god of a player. I'm so glad we've got him. He's not the highest rated player, obviously nowhere near as high rated as Robin's 90, which is the highest in the team so far, but this team is looking very good. And if we could bring in someone like Sterling, Candreva, Lucas, or Carlos Vela, it would just complete the attacking line, you know. Really happy that Hakan Shallenhoglu's back into the team. Forgot to tell you guys how happy I am he's back. He is just such an awesome player. Absolutely love using him, and obviously he was out for 7 months, so I've missed him a lot. And we do let him take the free kick here to see if he could score himself a free kick. I don't know if we scored with him yet in this series, and unfortunately it comes off of Bonucci's head, I believe. But he whips in a lovely corner 2 seconds later, while the corner that he won us, and we score with Loic Remy to complete his hat-trick. And Remy is just going to be a god this season. I can already tell. I haven't recorded any more after this, so I'm not like 100% sure, but I just can feel goodness coming from Remy. Obviously we are looking to sell Giuseppe Rossi. We counter-offered Bayern Munich at 25 million. We'll wait to see what they say after this game. And Remy goes and grabs himself his 4th goal of the game. Somewhat, Juventus started off really well, and then all of a sudden they just dropped, and we were just banging in goals. We scored 2 crosses with a triple X, which I never ever score them sort of crosses. I don't know if you guys, you know, watch carefully with the gameplay, but whenever I try a triple X cross, it never works. So I was very surprised to score 2 in one game. One was coming from Iron Robin, and the first one coming from Kevin De Bruyne. And just really happy with the addition of Kevin De Bruyne into the team and Iron Robin. They're 2 incredible players. If you look at this team now, or this team by the end of the transfer window compared to last season, the team we ended with, it is going to be so much better. I'm really determined to make sure this last season is absolutely banging. You know, we want to get all of the players we need now and not have to worry about it at a later date. You know, I don't want to be slacking off or anything, and I want us to try and win as many trophies as possible. Obviously, we've now won the SuperCoppa. There was no doubt really that we were going to win it after we got ourselves 2 or 3 goals in front. And we are the champions of that for the 2nd year in a row. We've retained it both years. The question now is, can we retain a Copa Europe 2 years in a row? You guys will find out in a couple of minutes time. But we do actually go in for Gayassi Zardes there. Obviously has a very nice Ultimate Team of the Season card, but he'd be a great little backup striker to partner alongside Babacar. They're the only 2 other strikers we have in the team, and we only have three registered strikers in Remy, Babacar, and if we bring in Zardes. We do also put in other bids for that young central midfielder from, I can't remember the team, I think it was Lazio, and I think it's Andrea Pirlo's regen. And we go back in for Sterling. I don't know why I didn't just offer the extra 2 million on top, because I was just being very, very tight with my money, even though we've sold Rossi, so we've got another 25 million or so coming in from that anyway, and we put another bid in for this Del Prete guy here for 3 million. It does eventually get accepted, I think, and they come back, LA Galaxy, saying they want 6 million for Zardes, which is a fair enough deal. I don't really mind overpaying a little bit for these players. I want to get these players in as quickly as possible, because we are quite low in terms of squad depth. We don't have a lot of players here, and we do go in for Gundogan. Again, I think we went in from the end of last episode, and they do want a lot for him, Dortmund, 36.5 to 46.4, and we obviously were trying to get rid of Borja Valero in the process. I do reject an offer for Badalic here. He will probably request to leave in January because I'm not going to be playing him too much, but I like him as a backup. We've got Valero, Kondogbia and Badalic as backup CDMs and central midfielders, which is absolutely fantastic. And you can see we actually got told just to back off Sterling, and we were not going to get him. So unfortunately, me being really tight with money means we've missed out on the one player I really wanted. But I was looking at Candreva and I was thinking, you know what, even though he's 30 years old, he's 85 overall, which is absolutely fantastic. We put in a bid of 25.5 million. They wanted 28.5, but you have about 5 or 6 chances with a player to try and negotiate a deal with the transfer offer, so you can kind of have a little bit of fun. But with Sterling, I was just taking the piss a little bit, and unfortunately we ended up missing out. We do offer a contract to the young Del Prete there, and we also offer a contract to Zardes after the £6 million was accepted from LA Galaxy. Looking to be really positive. If we can sign 2 young players like that, hopefully Zardes can grow a little bit, not too bothered if he doesn't. And on another note, we go back in for Candreva and just offer them what they want at 28.5. After what happened with Sterling, I was not risking it too much. And we do go in for Gundogan as well, and I was going to decide if Candreva and Gundogan accepted. I will probably take Candreva because we need him more, but I wanted to see just if we could get Gundogan, and unfortunately we end up having to just pay so much to try and get. You can see here we have to up the offer now to, I think, 20, was it 28? It was 28 million plus Valero, which is around about 40 million pounds or euros, sorry. And we do get Zardes into the team as well. His contract is accepted. I think he is 73 overall. You'll see that briefly in a minute. We also accept Del Prete into the team as well. The young, hopefully, Pirlo regen. He looks like Pirlo's regen. If not, he should be really good anyway. And looking forward to using him. But we go back in for Gundogan again with 33 million pounds, which is what they've indicated. A total of around about 45 mil. And Candreva, we get to the contract stage. They accept the offer for him, and they also accept the offer for Gundogan. Unfortunately, we can't get both of them. I kind of spent, because we spent the money on that Del Prete guy and Zardes and other signings, we aren't actually going to have enough due to their wage budget. So in the end, you'll see that I'm just kind of flicking between, like, who do I want more? And in all honesty, Candreva is the person we need more. You know, that right midfield position, we do not have a single right midfielder in the squad at the moment, so we needed to bring in someone, and I wanted to bring in someone that was an improvement on Carrillo. Obviously, Candreva is 5 ratings higher than what Andre Carrillo was before he left, so definitely a massive improvement there, and unfortunately we have to say no to Borussia Dortmund and in taking Gundogan, which isn't a problem because we've got Kondogbia, we've got Valero, we've got Guarin, we've got Çalhanoğlu, and we've got De Bruyne as midfielders, whether it be cam, centre mid or CDM, so I don't feel that we're too short on that. And we might go in for a CM in January. I just think we don't need it anymore. This team, as you can see, is looking pretty nice. We do start Daniel Rugani. I start a slightly weaker side today, just because one day later we have the first game of the league against Roma, and I didn't want to have everyone knackered. So players like Iron Robin weren't in the team. But we do actually give a debut to Antonio Candreva, and we also give a full debut to Daniel Rugani. He came on, did he come on as a sub? I think he did, but this is his first actual proper game that he started for us. Looking forward to using him as well. He's a nice backup centre back. The team is looking really strong. Hopefully this season we can win the Serie A, maybe retain a Champions League title as well. The main focus is just to get the Serie A again. Last season we kind of slipped off of it a little bit, and I wouldn't be too bothered if we don't win the Champions League again. That's not a massive goal for me. You know, we've won that, we've won the Europa League, we've won every single tournament we can as a club already. So this season there's not really any pressure to win anything, but we've obviously already won the SuperCoppa, and hopefully today we can win the Copa Europe as well. But I would just like to win the league and maybe the TIM Cup for a third year in a row. That's the only competition we can win 3 years in a row, I think. Yeah, no, did we not win it in the first season? I don't know if we did win the TIM Cup in the first season actually, but nevertheless Zardes gets himself his first goal in his debut for the club. I just love his hair, look at it, it looks so funny. I'm not trying to be racist, but blonde hair on a person who's coloured, just it doesn't look right, does it? I know KSI or JJ did it. It does look quite funny, to be fair, but nevertheless Remy there gets himself another goal. Just absolutely fantastic. Loic Remy honestly is one of the best players we have ever used, I think, in this year's career mode. He's just been absolutely lethal. He's not even that highly rated as well, which is also a big surprise. We get kind of one of the final chances of the game here with De Bruyne. Comes close, kind of hits the apex. The apex, kind of like the 90-degree angle in between the goalposts. I don't know why I said apex. Completely ignore me there. My mind's going everywhere, dudes. But we do end up winning the Copa Europe. I'm sorry the game's highlights were quite short. I didn't want to make this episode extremely long, and the gameplay-wise side of it isn't really important. These aren't real trophies in a sense, you know. They're like the Community Shield that you get in England. Obviously, Arsenal won that, and yeah, it looks like we won a fucking title. I know, it's embarrassing, but these aren't incredibly important, you know. They are just friendly matches, and I think next year in these competitions you will be able to make unlimited subs, because technically they do count as friendlies. Although there is a trophy on hand, they're not actually counted as like competitive trophies as, you know, would the TIM Cup or the Champions League, Euro League and the Serie A. But nevertheless, that's our second trophy of pre-season. Again, we've retained in both seasons. We won both of them cups, which is absolutely awesome. Really pleased with that. You know, every time we've had the chance to win it, we've won it, and obviously we will never win it again with Fiorentina, because next season it will be FIFA 16 by then. But anyway, this final season, obviously, guys, we are going to be getting it through it quite quickly, and we do put an offer in for Oxlade-Chamberlain and Julian Green. And I didn't realise Green was so low rated. He's about a 67 rated, I think, so I've overpaid for him like shit, but he will just be a good rotation player if Bayern accept, which I imagine they will in the next episode, and you guys will have to wait and find out for that. But anyway, that is going to be the end of this episode. Hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, if we can smash that like button, that'd be absolutely awesome. If we could get over, say, 5 likes, that'd be cool. If you haven't already, go and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check the channel later on today for what will most likely be another episode of this. So episode 56 should be up around 7 or 8 PM GMT. If it's not, tweet me on Twitter, and I'll let you know. I will let you know when the video is going to go live. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you guys in the next episode later on today.